Hi, Roseanne here from It's All Yoga Baby, and I'm responding to Where's My Guru's call out for thoughts on mindfulness and social media from the online yoga community. I spend a lot of time on various social media networks, and it's really integrated into my daily life. In the same way that my yoga practice is. So for me, social media is a way of practicing the practice, continuing the practice beyond what happens in my formal practice. So there's things I learn in my yoga practice and on the mat and in the other various forms that my practice takes at different times. There's these things that I learn, and then I find that how I interact online is a way to continue practicing what I've learned, mainly around communication and compassion and listening. So for me, social media is a really good place actually to practice and think about and reflect on compassion, especially when I see certain things happening to people or in the community, and to think compassionate thoughts towards them rather than negative thoughts or, anger, judgment, whatever. One thing that I learned from my yoga practice is to stop and breathe before, making movements, before, like in a posture, before adjusting or moving into the next posture. Always stop and breathe. So I find that really helps in how I interact online as well. So to pause and take a breath before I respond, especially if I'm feeling emotional or heated or whatever, angry. I also find that social media is also a really good way to practice listening too. So for me, my yoga practice is a way of listening to my body and listening to other aspects of myself that maybe I don't pay attention to. And I can continue to practice that in my online interactions as well. I actually spend a lot of time listening when I'm online, more so than like, throwing things out. It's a two-way communication. So I spend a lot of time just kind of, watching my Twitter feed, seeing what's happening, paying attention, learning things, going, clicking through to links, seeing what's happening between people, looking at social dynamics, reading blogs, and rather than feeling, compelled to necessarily want to contribute or throw my thoughts out in a never-ending, relentless stream, I just sit back and watch and listen. And that's also a really good way to sort of apply what I learned in my yoga practice to the outside world. I'm just going to close here just by saying that I think that that the yoga community has a lot to offer for other online communities in ways that we interact with each other and how we interact online. I think there's a lot of toxicity out there and a lot of negativity, and we can counter that negativity. So not necessarily by being happy, shiny, fake, bright, positive, but by fostering respect and, again, listening. So that's something that we have to offer the online world beyond our own little community. So thank you very much for listening, and thank you to Where's My Guru for putting this call out and giving us all a reason to reflect on how we use social media and how we can use it in mindful ways. So have fun at SXSW. I always get it wrong. Okay, bye. Mwah.